Hello and welcome, Kent Business College apprentices. All right, let's dive right in. Today we're tackling a really important part of your Level 6 course. We're going to talk about how to move beyond just, shifting products to actually building brands that people genuinely connect with and, dare I say, love.
I mean, that's the real challenge, isn't it? Look, anyone can run a sale and sell a few things. But getting someone to choose your brand over and over again and even tell their friends about it, that is a completely different ballgame. So how on earth do we actually do it?
Okay, so the first piece of this puzzle is a big one. You've got to understand that every single thing you do in promotion, and I mean everything, is building a personality for your brand. This isn't about just one-off ads. It's about telling one single, consistent story.
And that brings us to this absolutely crucial idea, brand positioning. The easiest way to think about it is like this. If your brand was a person at a party, who would they be? Are they the super sophisticated, quietly confident one in the corner? Or are they the loud, fun, life-of-the-party type that everyone wants to talk to? That identity, that's its position in your customer's mind.
Now this slide here is just brilliant because it shows you exactly what not to do. Just picture it. You are Rolls-Royce, the absolute peak of luxury, craftsmanship, pure class. And then you blast out an ad yelling, "Hurry, 50% off everything, bargain basement sale." I mean, it's just ridiculous, right? It would completely shatter the brand's personality. You would instantly destroy that exclusive image you've spent more than a century building. It's a perfect example of a total mismatch.
And that just hammers the point home. Consistency is everything. Every single piece of communication has to be singing from the exact same hymn sheet. Doesn't matter if it's a TikTok video, a big budget TV ad, or even just the text on your packaging. It all has to reinforce that core brand position you've decided on.
Okay, let's move on to part 2, because once you've got that personality down, it's time for the secret weapon. It's time to stop shouting at your customers and actually start talking with them. And trust me, this is where the game really changes.
So you've done the hard work. Your brand has a clear, consistent personality. Fantastic. But how do you stop it from just standing in the corner of the party talking to itself? How do you get actual people, actual customers, to come over and start a chat?
Well, the trick is to completely flip the script. Old school marketing was basically a monologue. Here's our stuff, it's great, you should buy it. But modern marketing, it's a dialogue. It is all about creating an interaction, a real back and forth that makes the customer feel like you actually see them and you're listening.
And the Share a Coke campaign is just a masterclass in this. Seriously, by putting people's names on the bottles, Coke didn't just sell a fizzy drink. They gave people a personal moment. It turned into a massive treasure hunt. We were all looking for our name, our friends' names, and then, here's the magic part. We'd take a picture and share it online. Coke started a global conversation, and they barely had to say a thing.
And that is how you build a real emotional connection. You can tell these beautiful, heartfelt stories, like the John Lewis Christmas ads that have half the country tearing up every year. Or you can be like Greg's, whose social media team is so funny and relatable, it just feels like you're having a laugh with a friend. It's all about making your customers feel like they're part of something, like they're in on the joke or part of a community that just gets it.
All right, now for part 3. So you're having these great conversations. Now you need a map. You need to understand the customer's entire journey, right? From, who are you? All the way to, I literally cannot live without you.
And this right here, this is our map, the classic marketing funnel. Now I know it might look a little bit corporate, a bit dry, but just think of it as the customer's grand tour. It all starts with awareness, just getting on their radar. Then they move into consideration, and then purchase. But, and this is so important, it doesn't stop there. The real magic happens in the post-purchase and loyalty stages, where you turn that one-time buyer into a genuine lifelong fan.
And your job as a top-notch marketer is to be their tour guide at every single step. You've got to have the right message at the right time, whether that's a huge, splashy ad campaign to build awareness or just a simple, helpful thank you email after they've bought something. You're there to make their whole journey as smooth and enjoyable as possible.
So let's pull all of this together in our final section. We've got our brand personality, we're having a conversation, we have our map. Now we need the master plan, the conductor's baton that makes it all work together in perfect harmony.
Because here's the thing, promotion never, ever happens in a vacuum. It has to be perfectly lined up with your core strategy. You'll hear this called STP. That's S, segmentation, figuring out who you're talking to. T, targeting, focusing in on a very specific slice of that group, and P, positioning, crafting the unique message for them, which we've already covered. It all has to click together seamlessly.
And this is where it all gets really practical. The marketing communications plan. This is your detailed roadmap for the year, your battle plan. It lays out exactly what campaigns you're running, when you're running them, what channels you're using, and crucially, how much money you're spending. This is the document that turns all those big, clever ideas into actual action.
Oh, I absolutely love this metaphor. It's just perfect. Think about it. Promotion is your orchestra. All the different instruments are your channels, social media, PR, advertising, the lot. But without the marketing plan, the sheet music, all you're going to get is a horrible, chaotic noise. The plan makes sure every single instrument plays its part at exactly the right time to create something beautiful.
And what's the goal of all that beautiful music? A perfectly harmonious outcome. You're not just making noise for the sake of it. You're creating something that builds your brand and, let's be honest, ultimately hits those all-important business objectives.
So if there's one thing you take away for your apprenticeship, it's this. Strategy always comes first. Yeah, anyone can be reactive and just post random things online. But being strategic, being truly customer-focused, that is what separates a good marketer from a truly great one. This kind of thinking is what's going to elevate your work and get you noticed. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to take back with you to your workplace. Thinking about your brand as a full orchestra, what is the very first, most important note that your brand needs to play to start creating its masterpiece?